Kia ora. This video has been produced by REA to help you understand the rules and obligations you must follow when marketing a property, business, lifestyle block, or farm. When you market a property, you need to understand exactly what you're selling. That means you'll need to get the record of title, verify claims made by the vendor, and have them point out any issues with the property. While we don't expect you to disclose everything about a property or business in the advertising, you should ensure that the advertising is a true reflection of the property or business and is not misleading. For example, if an unconsented garage conversion is used as a bedroom, it can't be listed as a bedroom. Your vendor or client should always pre-approve and sign off all advertising to confirm they are happy with it. We also recommend having your advertising peer-reviewed or having it approved by your manager or supervisor. If you find out that information you've included in the advertising is incorrect, you must correct it immediately. This means correcting printed material, updating internet advertising, and contacting any interested parties, as well as providing them with the correct information. To comply with the Code of Conduct and the Fair Trading Act 1986, you must only use accurate information when advertising a property. For example, when it comes to price range, Rule 9.4 states, a licensee must not mislead customers as to the price expectations of the client. You can't use a price to attract potential buyers to a property if the vendor wouldn't seriously consider accepting that amount. When marketing a property, it's vitally important that you fact-check any claims you make. The vendor might tell you the property is completely rewired, but you can't tell buyers this until you see evidence, such as an electrical certificate. Also, make sure that if you make any verbal statements about the property, you follow them up in writing. Overall, remember, if you haven't seen evidence to back up a claim about the property, it's safest not to make the claim. Be careful when making outrageous statements in your marketing. Puffery, although not prohibited, can still be risky. For example, "This is the best property ever," or "the most spectacular views in town." They must be so obvious that no one is reasonably likely to believe them, although you still run the risk that buyers rely on it because they may not understand the difference between puffery and fact. Taking photos of a property or business is an essential part of running a successful marketing campaign. The photos should highlight the best features of the property to attract the most interest. However, you should be cautious when retouching and enhancing them. You can't make modifications to the land or dwellings, but you can brighten up the photo or use filters. You need to be careful not to mislead buyers about the state or appearance of the property. For example, photoshopping blue sky into a photo doesn't mislead buyers about the state of a property, but coloring an area of concrete to look like grass would be misleading. You should also be cautious if you're using aerial images to showcase features such as coastal views or sweeping grounds. You'll need to clearly mark out the property boundary on the image or clearly state that the boundary lines are indicative only. If you haven't taken or organized the photos yourself, make sure you have permission from the owner of the photos to use them. It's also very important to understand your local bylaws about placing and removing signage to avoid breaching these rules and being penalized. If your listing ends and the property hasn't sold, you must make sure that all marketing stops. This includes removing or stopping all advertising, whether physical or digital, for example, on websites, social media, and in printed advertising. Leaving advertising up after the end of the agency period is a breach of Rule 9.6. Unless authorized by a client through an agency agreement, a licensee must not offer or market any land or business, including putting details on any website or placing a sign on the property. To find out more about marketing and advertising, And to learn more about your advertising obligations, check out the REA website. And if you know anyone who might be interested in this topic, send them a link. Thanks for watching. This video was brought to you by the Real Estate Authority.